Well, it's back to work. Obviously, we've got work to do and ways, plenty of things we need to improve on, and that's what this week needs to be about, is making sure we correct mistakes, become a better football team, get ready to compete, and try to find a win our last home game here at our field. So I think our guys will practice hard this week. We know that every game matters, and we want to show improvement and go out there and do all the small things correctly and come out and play well. It'll be a tough opponent we play. They play very good football year long, very, very good on defense, very aggressive, get sacks, get tackles for loss. Their offense has played better this year as well, which has helped them get to 7 wins, and we will have our hands full. So we're going to have to play good football, all 3 segments, play together, play efficient if we want to come out with a win.
Jeff, do you have an update on Isaac Brohm?
Isaac, we'll see how he progresses this week. He had a little bit with his shoulder. We're hopeful he can play, but I don't know yet.
So you can talk about just the improvements you guys are making with only 2 games left of the season and forward a little bit. How much do you think realistically you can fix, and how much just, I guess, for lack of a better term, fix?
Well, that machine was going there. I think I heard you correct. So, you know what? Every game matters for us. So we talk about it all year long. We've got 2 regular season games left on our schedule. 2 really good opponents, and we'll see what we're made of. And I think get an opportunity to play a really good football team that's played very well this year. We'll measure ourselves against them, and I expect our guys to work hard this week and come out with a great attitude and go to work and go out there and compete on game day. And definitely we will have to play solid football in all 3 segments to win.
The penalties obviously were very costly on Saturday. When you went back and watched the film, was there a common denominator for many of them? And what do you have to do this week to sort of eliminate them?
Well, obviously we've got to work not jumping off sides on defense. Those were costly. We had numerous of those, and so we've got to practice the hard count against our defense way more than we have, and make sure it doesn't happen again. After you get a couple in a game, you need to be able to pull back and correct it, and we did not. It continued, and it cost us. I think we had 2 interceptions on 2 offsides. We had 2 sacks with a illegal hand to the face and another offsides, I think. Excuse me, it was a face mask. We had, unfortunately, we had a bunch of penalties, and they hurt us, and they were costly. So it was a bad day with penalties, and they were very. Every one of them cost us something. It wasn't just a small penalty. Every one was a key component to the game, and we need to clean that up for sure.
Kind of sticking on that theme, I'm not sure that you want to stick on that theme, but at the end of the game, obviously 2 very costly penalties. They didn't decide the game, but they kind of obviously put Stanford in position to kick that field goal. What do you say to the guys when they 2 penalties like that impact the outcome in such a way?
Well, we've talked about a lot that even after the game, the focus you have has to be for all 60 minutes, and it can't be for 50, it can't be for 55. You can't let up at all. I thought at times, when you went back and watched the film, we did some good things, and then we just had some really costly, dumb things that we inflicted on ourselves that cost us. And without question, the 2 penalties at the end gave them just enough yards to kick a field goal, which shouldn't happen, 20 yards of penalty. So that was devastating to us, and cannot happen.
Jeff, you scored 35 points, but it seemed like you left some points out there. When you looked at the film, what did you think offensively about the way you guys performed the entire time?
Well, I think we started a little slow on offense. Second play of the game, we had a batted ball get intercepted. Gave them 3 points, really, and then got stopped once or twice, and then kind of got some things rolling. Was able to score 21 points. Did some decent things in the second half. We really weren't able to hit many deep shots. We tried at least a handful or more, and we hit 0. We were efficient in the passing game and getting the ball out and getting yards, and popped a couple runs, but the inability to connect over the top hurt us to get more points. So, that's something we got to. It's a combination of a lot of things. We got to protect a little better. We got to be able to pick up some late blitzers that were coming late after the play action. We got to be able to stand in there. We got to be able to get open and make the plays. So I think it was every little play had a different nuance, but we have had pretty decent success connecting deep up the field on plays, and we were not able to do that in this game.
Jeff, there's an old saying, you can't let a tough loss beat you twice. What will you look for in your kids this week getting ready for film Saturday?
Well, we want to feel the pain of the loss, and there's a lot of pain to feel. So I think myself, coaches, and players, we feel the pain, and you got to let it motivate you to want to not let it happen again. And at the same time, you can't let it get you down. You've got to respond, and you got to move forward. And that's the great thing about sports and football. You're going to have some tough times, and this was a game you'd like to have back, but it's over with, and you got to move on. So we've got, like I said, two really good opponents to finish the season, and it starts with Pittsburgh, who's played really well this year, and not only are they great on defense, which they have been very good offensively, they've played better. And so, I think that, we'll see what we're made of. We talk about all year long, you got to finish the season, you got to play to the end, you got to compete, and that's what you need to do if you want to be a competitive difference maker football player that wants to win. And everybody across the country has a loss or two. You've got to be able to respond and play well the next week, and we'll have our hands full this week.
What is it about Pitt defensively in the system that he runs? What makes them so good?
Well, they're very aggressive. They don't give you the easy completion, so they're going to press you across the board. They're going to blitz you quite a bit. They're going to get after the quarterback. They're going to rush up the field. The safeties are going to play low. They're going to force you to throw the ball deep and complete it, but you don't see a whole lot of them because they're on you tight. They don't bust many things. They're very sound in what they do. They've done this system for a long time. They've tweaked it over the years. They're much more aggressive in their blitzing approach, where they're a lot of times going to blitz 6 or more guys and play zone behind it instead of man, and knowing you have to get the ball out quick and react and break on and make the tackle, and because of it they land. So one of the top teams in the country getting sacks and tackles for loss, so we've got to have an answer and a plan, and we've got to play good on all three segments if we want to win this game.
Jeff, you mentioned after the game, that you had preached all throughout the bye and after the week of preparation that you wanted to have them not have to let down after the big game like with Pitt last year. Was there anything that you saw in that bye and that week of preparation that maybe suggested that they hadn't properly flushed the eye of the Clemson game out of their system?
Shoot, I can't really say there was. We talked about it a lot. I thought we prepared well. Got a couple guys a little healthier. We just didn't finish the game. We had the game in our control. Didn't finish it. Played bad down the stretch. A lot of things went wrong, and we couldn't stop that bleeding. And you got to find a way to stop it. And we had multiple opportunities to do it, and we couldn't get it done. So you look back and you identify the numerous mistakes, and you go about correcting it, and you don't shy away from it, and you move on to the next game, and that's what we're going to try to do this week.
You guys weren't able to come home Saturday. How does that affect the preparation this week in terms of changing the schedule? And did you get any sense of being around your guys and what their mood is and how they're going to respond?
Well, unfortunately, we weren't able to make it back on time. The co-pilot got sick, and they weren't able to fly. Didn't have enough crew there, so we had to stay an extra night, which we did, and we got situated and really had our normal Sunday meetings early in the morning. We were at the hotel to 11, 12 o'clock meeting and going over the film and trying to wash that clean, and then got on the flight and took off at 12:30 Pacific time and got back here. I don't know, can't remember, it's about a 4-hour flight or so, and now we're on to preparation day, and our guys are on to normal schedule. I think we were able to adjust and adapt and get a lot of stuff done Sunday morning at the hotel that would have normally happened here other than going out on the field.
Do you have an additional thing to use the passing, seeing like Nationals are able to pass right there? Because do you want to see different in the secondary or confidence?
Well, we didn't, we made some plays at time. We didn't play as well in the secondary as we can. I thought we were too aggressive in some simple cover 3 zone coverages that we need to have a little cushion, and we allowed the receiver to run by us and one time kind of stutter us and run by us when that can't happen. We got underneath coverage. We were too aggressive in that technique, and that was disappointing, but that can be fixed, and we need to fix that. And then, in the red zone, we had an opportunity on 4th down to get a stop, and we let the ball go over our head in the back corner, which, we got to cover that. And then we let the 4th and 1 pass go over our head in man coverage, where we, can't allow that to happen. So, I mean, we had some miscues, and it hurt us. But we can play better than that, and we can play smarter than that.
After Isaac Brown got hurt, Watson came in and really gave you a solid game. What do you see from him? What do you like about him, and what's his potential?
Well, we like Isaac. He's shown great promise. He has some speed like Isaac as well that is hard to teach. He's got some elusiveness to him. Gaining strength and getting bigger and stronger is something he's going to have to do to help him, but he goes hard, and he's got some toughness as well, and he likes to compete. So while Isaac has been doing a great job, Duke came in and did very well. Understanding the whole scope of the offense, he's just got to continue to grow and learn through that, but he gives us great effort. So I thought he did a good job.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.